What's up, Spartans? Welcome back to Season 7, Episode 22 of Shtv News. Let's check out our videos we made this week. Come out and support your Stratford soccer team this Friday at home. Congrats to all our swimmers who did well at regionals, and a special congratulations to all the swimmers going to state. Good luck, Spartans. Big day is March 21st. The waiver forms are outside of room 350, so make sure you sign them and turn them in. We'll see you at Big Day. Last thing on NYSU is a 3-day weekend and Valentine's Day, so have a great weekend, Spartans. We'll see you next week. Our next video was made by Elsie Naw and Elizabeth Swoboda, which is a Valentine's Day history.
Today, we know Valentine's Day as a day of romance, love, and friendship. But where did this tradition come from, and how did it come to be? I'm Elizabeth Swoboda, and today we're going to find that out. In 3rd century AD, during the Roman Empire, Emperor Claudius II Gothicus declared that men were more suitable for war when they were single and did not have kids, so he outlawed marriage altogether. Saint Valentine thought this was outrageous and decided to start marrying couples in secret, in addition to spreading the word about Jesus, which was outlawed at the time. He was caught and sent to jail, but it was not all doom and despair. He fell in love with his prison guard's daughter, who would visit him and keep him company while he was in his jail cell. Eventually, her father found out and banished them from seeing each other. But they would still keep in contact by sending love letters to each other, and he would address them with, "From your Valentine," which has become part of the traditions we see today. But how did this turn into a holiday? Well, already in the Roman Empire, there was the holiday of Lupercalia, which was the festival of fertility. What these pagan priests would do is they would take a goat up to a cave, sacrifice it, skin it, and then dip the goat in its own blood so that the hides were covered in it, and then women would line up on the streets to be slapped in the face with these goat hides in hopes of making themselves fertile for the coming year. However, this holiday started to become violent, and as the Roman Empire shifted towards Catholicism, they outlawed the holiday altogether and marked February 14th, St. Valentine's Day. This holiday still revolves around love, romance, and fertility, and is why we have the holiday we know and love today. So this Valentine's Day, go celebrate your love for your friends, family, and maybe even a special someone. And thanks St. Valentine for the legacy he has left behind.
Our next video is made by Harper, Patton, and Georgia Steranko, which is Valentine's Day mini mics. Let's check it out.
I love my family.
I love this. I love Walker.
I love my mom and my dad.
I love my friends and family. Yeah, I love God. I love my family. I love my friends, and I love my friends.
I love my mom a lot.
I love my dad. I love my mom.
I love you because, ever since I was a freshman, we knew each other in soccer, and ever since that, we've been friends like our high school years. And usually during Spartan time, every day we walk around and then we make videos, and you always ask like, "Hey, I have a good idea today," and we just make like TikToks or whatever. Sometimes they go viral or not, but he usually makes my day every day, so that's like pretty cool.
I love Caden, Stout, and Charlie Crockett.
I love my mother, my grandma.
I love my family. I love God.
I love my mom.
Understanding that people that look like you.
Not just like only treating them with respect because it's Black History Month.
To just respect the people.
Respect all 12 months of the year, not just one of them.
And we're not just like a poster. Now that it's Black History Month, I feel more represented because people are starting to look more at us as individuals and real people than more as a whole.
It's most certainly helped me to acquire a sense of pride. Just knowing that people who look like me and were so instrumental in so many things that we utilize on a daily basis, it can't help but feel pride to be affiliated with such a group.
And I feel like Black culture helps me take in all of me as who I am, no matter what others think of me.
All my friends were putting mousse and gel in their hair. We didn't have mousse and gel. It didn't work, so I had to use grease. I understood the difference. And then when I started getting waves, my other friends who had straight hair were like, "Well, how do you get waves?" I said, "Yeah, you gotta brush it and you gotta train, you gotta put a do-rag on." Some of my friends could take a shower and not get ashy. I had to put lotion on so that I wouldn't be ashy.
Whenever I was younger, my parents would make me and my siblings learn historical Black figures such as MLK, Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, and having that knowledge of that history deepens the culture. I feel like Black culture is a non-stop battle for what we need, and that's something that I wish people understood about us.
There's no one person as it relates to the culture. There's not one person that represents the whole culture. We are varied in many things, ability, talent, and I think that when you're dealing with small populations, there tends to be a tendency to kind of generalize, but that's not the case. I encourage everyone to just embrace Black history for what it's worth, just an abundance of different aspects and elements.
People think of Black people, they think of hood rats and whatever, but there's not only one kind of Black person, just like there are different kinds of every race.
Not every Black person is like a troublemaker. Not all of us get in trouble. I think there's a difference between those people and the people that actually, go to school, work hard. But I also think those people that go to school, worked hard, get grouped in with the people who, might be doing bad stuff just because we're all Black.
And I think it's important for us to distinguish that. I know many would have questions as it relates to even having a month dedicated to celebrating Black history. But I think that in the world that we live in, it's important for us to be inclusive and for us to make everyone understand that they are seen and that they make a difference.
People look at Black people and they just think I feel like people think scary beast or something like, I don't know. And we're like the kindest people in the world, I feel like. Not in the world, of course, everybody's nice, but I feel like we have to be more understanding and more open with our hearts because of everything we've been through.
Just the understanding of togetherness and just resilience. A lot of things that our ancestors came through and where we are today, still a large progress. Even though it seems like we're behind the 8 ball, sometimes we're moving forward and we're moving forward fast.
I wish people understand the trauma that people went through slavery. People find that slavery happened so long ago and racism isn't really a thing, but I feel like it is, especially considering the last slave was actually in the 1970s, not the 1870s like everyone thinks.
We weren't even born yet. We had people working for us all these years ago, people that were going through things for us to be where we are right now.
I think just being intentional about acknowledging the great African Americans today, right? We're doing extraordinary things, a lot of first time things, and you celebrate those. And that will allow that culture to be richer within everybody, not just, 50 years from now, that was a great thing that they did during that time period. Recognize the achievements today and then link it to the past.
I think if we do those things, then it would become routine and it won't just be something that we'd look at during February. It would just kind of be the norm.
Because it teaches me who I am, it teaches me about my people's history, and through their suffering and through their pain, it shows me who I'm capable of being, and we don't need to fight for that anymore.
A respect that we need to have as individuals for everybody's cultures. Black History Month is celebrated in February. Understand that we all come from different backgrounds, we'll have different experiences, and the way that we see things, the way that we relate to things. And it's really a desire that we need to have to learn more about each other.
Go be around other people, different things, celebrate things with them, traditions and those type of things, so we can be, just more togetherness. It's supposed to be a melting pot, let's be that.
It doesn't matter what the world tries to put on you and say you're supposed to be this, you can be anything you want to be. And I think that can be inspiring for the next generation of students, because I learned it from the Black history that was taught to me. And so now, as I'm in this diverse school of students, with kids from all over the world that look entirely different from each other, maybe it's inspiring to them to create their own history.
Our next video is made by Caden, which is a cheer recap on their national championship run. Way to go, Spartans.
So we've trained all year for this one moment. We competed in November. At that competition, our routine scored a 97, which was the second highest score in the state of Texas for all regionals. So we prepped really hard for this big monumental moment. And the week before, it kind of was on the radar that the weather was going to be changing. And so we were watching it, Mr. Barnes, myself, we were watching. The competition said it was still on, so we as Stratford Cheer had prepared to migrate to Fort Worth on Friday to compete Saturday and Sunday. As of Wednesday, we were still competing, and we had a show off, and the girls had a great routine the night before. Woke up on Thursday to Mr. Barnes, myself, Lisa Weir from Memorial, the principal from Memorial, and the Memorial coaches. We had all decided at noon that none of us were going to go. It was not worth the risk to get to Fort Worth because of the weather.
But you still have a really snow-packed ground, but mainly ice, and really not looking at any melting for another couple of days at least.
No, definitely. And like you said, feels like temperatures are in the single digits. Yeah, it is. It feels like 6 degrees currently here in Dallas. And
so we were going to compete virtually. So we pivoted one time to make a virtual competition. But then at 2:30, Mr. Barnes contacted me saying that Memorial had changed their mind. They were going to be going because varsity, the competition for NCAA, had given us the opportunity to perform only one time and only on Friday. About 4:45, 5 o'clock-ish, I got the go-ahead from the company that, hey, we can get you to Fort Worth, we can get you on the mat. We don't know what time you'll compete, but we can get you on a mat. You know, the seniors have worked 4 years and have built this program up. And so they really were looking forward to the chance to bring home a national championship. The emotion, the roller coaster of emotions that we all felt, having it pulled from us and then automatically just put right back into play was a lot. So the girls, you know, didn't even ask questions. They all got up here at 8:15. We got on a charter bus. We drove to Fort Worth. We got there by 2 a.m. And on that bus ride is when I got our performance times, and we knew that we were going to be competing at 3 o'clock. So literally 17 hours in Fort Worth. Our green squad, which is our more traditional game day routine, placed 10th in the nation, which is a really big deal for game day because it's the most difficult division at NCAA in anything high school cheerleading. So they placed 10th for the first time ever, their first time ever competing it. And then our white squad, which is our more performance squad, they threw up one of the best routines of their lives. And we came home with a national championship jacket, a trophy, the banner, the championship ring is being designed. And it's really cool because this group is the group that I've been with for 4 years now. So I've seen them grow and really push the mold for what Stratford cheerleading is. And not only have they built this program up, they get to leave a legacy for Spring Branch ISD because it's the first national championship that anybody cheerleading has brought back to the district and specifically Stratford High School.
And next, I want to give a special congratulations to Miss Carter for winning Teacher of the Year. Thank you for all that you do. Congratulations.
Congratulations!
And next, I want to shout out my co-director, Camille Warren, for a great basketball season. Way to go, Camille. Well, that's all from Season 7, Episode 22 of SHTV News. Our Spartan Time shout out of the week goes to Coach Walters. Congratulations, Coach Walters. We'll see y'all next week.